So welcome, Umaji, to our platform, and it's really, really lovely to have you with us today in the inaugural sessions for the app. So I would like to introduce everybody to Dr. Uma Subramaniam. She's by profession a management consultant and a teacher of financial economics and risk management. She has an industry experience of over 20 years. In addition, a serious writer, counselor and homemaker. She's trained in classical music and has strong roots in the timeless values of Indian tradition. She's also a corporate soft skills trainer, an excellent communicator, a successful motivational speaker, and a human resource trainer. She has been a senior consultant in multinational companies like AF Ferguson Consultants and was briefly a journalist and marketing head for a South based industry magazine. She has also taught at the Jiddu Krishnamurti School for over 2 years and has facilitated several student camps for innovative holistic learning. She continues to give subject lectures on the subject in popular management institutes. Uma is a certified heartfulness trainer, currently spending most of her time volunteering for training aspirants in heartfulness meditation in the corporate segment and promoting women enterprise, the Hearty Women, on the virtual platform. She is blessed with two daughters who are successful in their individual careers. So we welcome you, Dr. Uma, and it's really, really an honor to have you with us today. So, wow,
My
so
pleasure being here, and I've heard so much about this platform, and I'm looking forward to be associated in the coming times. Thank you for your kind introduction. Yeah.
thank you. So, Dr. Uma, you're doing a great work at Hearty Women. So, why don't we begin the session by first talking about what you're really doing, with Hearty Women? And I'm sure it's really, really close to the heart of, a lot of women at the Heartfulness community.
This is so closely linked with this topic, managing with uncertainty. Because when we started, there were about nearly 150 to 160 women who had small things, like small skills like tailoring, crochet, and having an urge to do much better and to express themselves. And they had no idea if they could really do business and they could really be entrepreneurs. So it was like beautiful because we were all coming from the Hearty Women platform, I mean, Heartfulness platform, which is practice of meditation. So the initial blocks, which normally people have interaction, which is a conscious way of expressing to see if the other person is accepting, and then creating a wall or bashing it up over a time, all that didn't happen. So there was a seamless acceptance of people's ideas and opinions that was on the platform, which helped a great deal. And I was very gently pushing them to social media, which they were not exposed earlier, and also brought in a lot of skills like IT skills from different entrepreneurs who were there, who were all like managers or senior people in different organizations. So they gave them free sessions in understanding or how to use, say, for example, Excel or Word. And so slowly they caught up with social media. Earlier they were so nervous and so scared to see their names on Facebook or Insta. Then, it has taken us not more than 3 months to get them used to, the platforms such as Facebook or Insta. Then they wanted to see their faces and, share it with their own family and friends. So when they saw that their faces were there and beautiful posters were made, they got even more excited. So that phase of excitement was a small rise, and it's like a small curve. And then they understood that's not important. Now selling is more important. Then how to create ideas for selling. Then how to be a smart as a marketing person. So small things which probably you may have to go get certified in a college, management college. It got learned very practically. So I have been watching this growth, very organic, very beautiful, and there has been absolutely no misunderstanding, no how to say complaints of customer or on quality of products. Because whenever I had briefed that whenever there is a complaint, make sure that you take it back immediately, give back their money, and then work back on how to improve the product and send it back to them. So the customers have been super happy. However small it is right now, we hope that it will expand in quality. And we have also created this website, so it's slowly moving. Got a few purchases from there. And the beautiful part of it is the people who are building websites in Heartfulness have come forward to give the platform free of cost. So I hardly collect some 250 to 500 rupees from them to take care of all the social media costs. And I just when I was saying uncertain, I had no clue how this will expand or will pan out in the coming days. Or even when I started in April, I was so nervous initially, like, I don't know what I'm doing here. But then the uncertainty was beautiful because each day would unfold. And it's quite a good experience to see that women have become so mature, and that's not what you normally see. No backbiting, no quarrels, very seamless growth.
Sure. So, Dr. Uma, how do the women really prepare themselves for this uncertainty, which comes along with becoming an entrepreneur?
Okay, for that, I wouldn't say only women. You may have probably known about this meditation. So, the bottom line of this meditation is that when I greet a situation, I don't go with a mindset already planned, right? So if I have put all my understanding or put all the data in my mind and said this is what is the expected outcome, which normally we do as management people, then for most of the time that's not going to work. And when it doesn't work, there is always a backlash of disappointment. And because of that, something else develops and something else rolls out, which is not in the right direction or the desired direction. So when these ladies go out, they say, whatever comes, we are doing our best. We are putting out our things to the customers, and if they like it, good. Otherwise, it's fine. We'll improve on it. So one thing I always reminded them is take feedback and take this feedback very seriously. Initially, there was a lot of expectations from some entrepreneurs, some women who thought their product was the best and that they've done a great work. Then they realize it is not so. Then I said, like, if you are staying in a small cage and you imagine the world around it, that's not going to be good for you. So get feedback, look at it, sit with people, see if you can work on it. Or if you feel it's already good, never mind, continue. So this business of having any expectation was first of all removed from their minds through the meditation as well as through the way we keep talking to each other. So even if I get zero, it doesn't matter. So it's like, see, most of these entrepreneurs, while they do this enterprise, it is not that the enterprise is the one that is going to make or unmake their lives. It is okay, they're experimenting. If it works, it works. Like the lot of people with hand soaps, fragrant, they're coming out with their ideas. They say it's okay if we don't make money, but let us see if we can expand on our ideas. And if we expand on ideas and give new things, is there any response from the audience? And there has been. So the point here is the investment which they're doing is very little. I make sure that I don't take much money from them. So the expectation also is not tied to anything of an investment. I mean, it would have been very disappointing if they paid up a lot of money and it was not happening. So I said, can you make it happen for yourself and I'll keep holding your hand. So the unexpectedness or the uncertainty of the outcome is built in this Hearty Women straight away. I said, meeting this uncertainty is the unfolding of your own skills. And and it has really worked for most of them. I can't hear you.
Sorry. So, do you also mentor, the women and advise them? And because you do need a lot of industry support, or in whichever the value chain support. So, how do these women get those advisory services, and how do they really uh, the community, do they help each other in terms of building that supply chain? What somebody may be producing, somebody else could be consuming. So do those kind of network effects come into play in the community?
So Rajpreet, it is not so complicated as it were. You know, if I put my face, I call a Zoom call and I say I am the coordinator, it's really not working. I just stay there and I say, how's it going? They just say it's going good or this is happening, that is happening. I don't impose myself as an advisor or a person who's coordinating, who's on top. Yes, they do know that I am coordinating it, but that has to be very subtly expressed because each one feels they are taking control of their decisions, and they definitely do not want to have someone telling them what is right, what is wrong. I'm not in that business of doing evaluation of their businesses, but I keep asking them, have you thought about something? So what they do is, I find this beautiful. This is something which I have to, as I said, the uncertainty was that how will they proceed to do any collaboration. And I already see, I throw it in the air. I say, like, see, you guys, some of you make fabric bangles, some of you make embroidered stuff, like, blouse pieces, and someone is selling sari. I said, why don't three of you think of getting together so that, you could make it as a package and then you can give it at a discount or whatever. And I just stopped there. I didn't say who should do what and who should get together. They seem to have done, they seem to have met, they seem to have talked to each other. They reach out to other consultants. Then I said, each one of you take responsibility. If you find that there is a consultant somewhere who's helping you, drop in that name in the group. If somebody else finds it useful, let them use it. I'm not the only person. There may be a lot of people, and we've had Zoom calls, we've had tie ups with COVE, which is the Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs. They conduct some seminars. I said, drop in your link, let these people also take part. And if there's an exhibition happening somewhere, I just say, guys, you just drop in the link. So it goes like it's like a song, with different notes borrowed from everywhere, and it is a symphony. So I never impose myself and I act like a customer. I say, can you give me this? They say, okay. I like them to feel on top on everything. And I keep pumping in these suggestions very subtly so that it doesn't look like I know how to run this and, that way. So what is happening is that as they're moving around, wanting to do better, someone is selling pickles. Okay. They come from a very orthodox family. They don't like to go and sit in an exhibition, so then you'll have to work with certain other things other than the product or the very good product, excellent. But they're okay with small scaling it right now because of their mindset. Now, if I ask them to upscale it, then there is something else which she has to give up, which is not ready to do. But then there is this desire for her to get appreciation for what she's making. So I said, now start giving small quantities to people till you scale up high. When she is ready, we will take it up with her. Till then, she keeps selling. She finds customers, her neighbors, and that is where they are. But the whole point here is we cannot tell them today that if you do this, this is what it will become, and you'll be a great entrepreneur. They are not interested in it, not, neither am I. Where they are, we'll work with those constraints, but keep the enterprise going. So if she's making good achar, continue to make good achar, continue to keep giving it to people, keep selling. And then when you're ready for larger quantities, they themselves come back and ask, how can I do it? And I just throw up ideas. So there is no such thing as supply chain here. They discover their own supply chains. Like I know the first entrepreneur who started a shop to do organic products. She went around doing a lot of surveys in her market, which are 3, 4 big gated communities. Then the other ladies caught up with her. They also brought their products to be exhibited in that gated communities. So they do a very quiet selling, and they love this. They don't like the push. They don't like large talks or big ideas and people sitting on top of them saying academically what has to be done. So they are learning what we do otherwise tell in these kind of talks by doing. And if it takes a little time, I'm okay with it. Because these are not the kinds of uh, housewives or young women who will want to come on a Zoom call to listen to something. If I have something like a business for them saying that you please get me this, then they are ready to come. If it's business, they will come. If it's something that they feel that benefit, they will come. So I never conduct a single Zoom call which has no reason to be there unless and until it is totally beneficial for them. And you won't believe it. It's just WhatsApp, and people individually ask me or they call me up. Then I said, okay, just relax yourself, think about it. If you still have a problem, come back to me. So they seem to be solving it all by themselves. So in a way that, there is no weight on my mind. So, and the beauty of it, how nobody knows how Hearty Women will expand. But yeah, whether you want to believe this or not, when I say who will help me with the social media designs, and I just meditate for a few minutes. I just meditate means I just focus on it and sit with a, absolutely no tension state of mind. Then somebody calls me up and say we do this, and then it is on. Somebody does a good job. So at any point of time, you get the inspiration from another dimension also. I don't work only. See, for example, this is something which you must understand that uncertainty causes fear, and that's kind of rooted in the mind. So if you want to work only with the mind, then there is going to be a lot of problems. When I take the heart factor also, and I just sit in aligning my mind with the heart, then I don't see any tension coming up. See, when something is not happening, it's not happening for a reason, and we see the reason and get to it. I'm not going to give theories or talks or advice. Advice I don't give till they ask me. And everybody is growing in very small steps. Somebody may be suspicious, somebody may be sarcastic, somebody may be cynical, or they can be very supportive. Let them come from wherever they are coming. I'm okay with all kinds of outlooks. But when they do want my help, they do ask, and I help. And I'm very, very, uh, I can say I'm so subtle in that sense that I operate as a background force. I always tie up. I sense what is happening in the group, and I start giving the push from behind with all my coworkers who are in the IT, and so I keep giving them, make somebody else talk, not me. One of the other entrepreneurs talk on my behalf, motivating them. I keep the motivating factor going with something or other. Or and there is always a customer feedback, satisfied customers. So I say always post that. So then the other person also wants to have a satisfied customers, and they work towards it. So this is going this way, and we are having a good marketplace, even on WhatsApp, about 300 people who are also spreading the word. So it is like a small community, family, you can say, which works on a, see, for example, it also helps like this. When someone is ill in the family, we have a separate group which prays for that person. So they always lodge and there's always someone posting. So when that happens, they see a window which is catering at another level, which is like going as a family and caring. So when they know that someone is caring, they really don't want to leave this group. There is one person who's not a meditating person, or rather, few more people who are not meditating but who are part of our group, who say like, this is quoted by that person. I've never seen such discipline in any other group. They're so disciplined. It's because it we cannot accept any emotional statements in the group, or any anger in the group. Uh, Anything that is out of place, everyone is like not approving of it. So they know that. They know that the heartfulness committee goes with the underlying statement of heartful communication, so they stand by it. So even if they're a little upset or something, they know how to express themselves. They express themselves in a dignified way. So what happens in the group, therefore, is that you take it for granted. There will be no such out of place comments coming out there, and that's a big, big blessing. So if you ask me, if it's not one of those uh, high profile startup or anything. We do have some girls who are doing startup with chocolates and bakery and confectionery, who are doing very well, but they do it in their own style. It will not be by the book, right? So it's going good, Rajpreet.
No, I think So thanks for sharing that. That was absolutely beautiful sharing. I think, hearing from right the way you're really empowering them and not like purely advising, and they are really empowered, doing things on their own pretty much. I really loved when you spoke about the other dimension, which is the heart, and talking to the universe and getting the answers, and praying to that dimension and working as a community together and helping each other out. I think that's very beautiful, Dr. Uma. um, you know and thanks for sharing it so beautifully and so candidly with everybody here. And what I'd also like to hear as concluding remarks would be also to understand how in your life really you dealt with uncertainty, and if the to the listeners on YouTube who would be listening to this session, if there's any final inspiring experience that you would like to share, how you dealt with uncertainty in your life.
I mean, whenever I say uncertainty, it's a small example I'll give you. I was traveling with my family, my brothers and sisters-in-law, to for a trip down Karnataka a few weeks back. And my brother is a hardwired professional and a senior CEO and all that. So he always loves to plan. Okay, so he said this is the temperature forecast. All of you be prepared with woolens. It's very cold in this. And he checked with everyone, asked us to show that we were carrying woolen. And there was a whole lot of things that was added in the suitcases, which was really heavy to carry. But we took it because this was expected. And I kept telling him, I really don't think so. You should be asking us to carry so much. But we landed up, it was bright, sunny, and it was, causing sweat. So most of us never used this. And in that place, we could have carried something more beautiful for us to wear. Then the point here was that at that point of time, I didn't complain, but the whole whatever was there, we made good with it. And there's another way how my other brother did it was he came just with his very basic, and he bought out whatever was local in that place and wore it, and he gave it back to somebody and walked back with his basics again. So that's a new thing that's developing, catching up with regular travelers these days, where they pick it up locally and discard it there and they go. But in my own life, you're talking about uncertainty was something which mine with me and my mentor 30, 40 years back was my PhD was in real peril. And I was working with Ferguson and they were waiting for my doctorate to be sanctioned, and it was so uncertain because my professor would not cooperate with me at that point of time. So then I was totally lost because I'm very ambitious and I want to do so many things in my life with that. And there was so much uncertainty about what my career would look like. And I had rejected all good offers because I thought that this would come and I would build something else. And I was thinking now I'm not thinking about this possibility of not this not coming through because that would really crash. So what are the ways? So I just went and spoke to my mentor. I said, this is what it is and I'm not able to focus on my meditation. So I'm not. So he said, if you really think life was all about getting a PhD and making money, it's a laugh. Then he sat and said, just work your mind and just say it really doesn't matter if it comes or whatever. You just let each day, unfold. Look at it very positively and just take away that the PhD is a deciding factor for your life or whatever your education or because it's a very silly thing from where we come from. I said, no, I'm not moving anywhere till I get this. So he was so kind. He said, okay, let's work towards it. Let's put our energies and work towards it. It just so also happened so magically that within, I did not put my mind chasing it. I said, okay, I'll work with him and I'll take everything positively. It was like as if the energies changed so totally, and the professor was not cooperating. The person who was the my guide, the external guide from the US, he brought in the energies, he put it all together, and within a month, my PhD results were out, and I did my viva. Something I would have not expected at all. Something I was waiting for 3 years happened all in 2 months. It was just the flip of energy and the way you look at things. So if I make myself totally negative and chasing something, and suddenly someone shows the mirror and says, like, this is not what it is, and you please look at yourself and see how you should look at it. Then I kind of entirely changed because I could see from where he was coming, and then I completely cooperated. And this is literally difficult for people who are listening to understand. But I'm telling you, this is not only with this, with every uncertainty which I thought was going to definitely take me to a crash and burn,
Has the app frozen?